Yes, friends and family, good day, and welcome back to the West Best Media. Today we're going to dive into the situation that's brewing in Tanzania. Today we returned our focus to stories that resonates across Africa and its diaspora. How the government of Tanzania is restricting the opposition and what that means for our shared future as Africans and descendant of Africans. If you believe in Africa, self-rule, accountability, vocal freedom for the diaspora and the continent alike, hit subscribe now and join the community committed to this movement. Let's dive in. Tanzania has been governed since its independence by one party, the CCM. Multi-party politics were introduced a decade ago, but genuine competition has long been constrained. Since President Samia Suluhu Hassan took office in 2021, hope for reform emerged. Yet the 2025 election landscapes appeared to point to consolidation rather than change. Analysts warn that the opposition is being boxed out. For Africa and its diaspora, this is this isn't just about Tanzanian story. It's part of a broader battle for democratic agency and inclusive governance. Let's examine how this suppression work in practice. The mechanics behind the headlines. Opposition parties faces exclusion via technical rules and require code of conduct. For example, one of the major opposition party in Tanzania was barred from the 2025 election. New electoral laws raise credibility questions. There's repression and intimidations. Authorities are accused of enforcing disappearance, arbitrary arresting and intimidation of opposition figures and civil voice. There's the media information control. Independent media and digital platforms faces suspension or restriction, reducing transparency and public oversight. With the opposition sideline, accountability diminishes. That matter for the continent because when one country weakens checks, the others may follow. If you are committed to preserving Africa's voice, ensure your voice is also heard. Subscribe now, leave a review, and share this episode with a friend in the diaspora or on the continent. Here is concrete example of forces at play. Tendu Lissu, I think I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, the leader of the opposition party, the main opposition party, returned from exile and was later charged with treason after calling for electoral reform. His party was also disqualified from meaningful participation in the 2025 election cycle. From a Pan African lens, this reflects a shift away from Puritanism towards power consolidation. For the diaspora, this signaled that the bridge between Africa and its global community may become fractured if the continent voice are silenced. If African states limit opposition's civil space, the story of Africans' self-determination and democracy is compromised across all borders. Let's zoom in, or let's zoom out and consider the big picture. Democratic governance as a continental currency. Excuse me. For Africa to chart its own path economically, politically, and culturally, democratic governance is just an essential growth. When state suppresses opposition, the idea of shared African agency weaken. If African states shut down descendants, the diaspora role as critical interlocutors, cultures, carriers, and economic partners is undermined. The relationship between one way, the relationship becomes one way. The diaspora watch, continental silence. Tanzania turns matters for neighbors and for Africa region bloc. System that erode competitive politics is country can set off in one country can set off a dominoes effect. Youth, civil service, civil space, and digital rights. With digital platform under pressure, young Africans and diaspora rely on online space for connection and activism. See increasing hurdles. So, my brothers and sisters, if you believe in Africa, story must be told by Africans, for African, and for the diaspora. Subscribe, follow us, share this episode, and help build a narrative. Here are some keys markers for you to watch. Will the October 29th election in Tanzania be competitive or merely a symbolic? Will opposition party, civil society, regional observer be allowed meaningful access to the process? Will digital access, media freedom, legal fairness hold up, or will or be shut down around key political events? Will regional and international bodies respond to the shrinking space for dissidents? Join the movement of vigilant Africans and diaspora. Subscribe now, engage, stay informed, and share this episode with your network. We need to spread the word. We need to hold each other accountable. We, as Africans all over the world, need to unite. We cannot allow for our leaders to slowly slip. into dictatorships. Tanzania, Tanzania has been ruled by the one party for over 64 years. Let that sink in. Most of the youth who are watching this today weren't born then. I was just a baby. So, my brothers and sisters, let's be vigilant. Let's lift up each other and let's put pressure on this government to open up politics to all subscribers. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you or hear from you soon. Your comments, I read them all and respond to them. We need a strong Africa for us to have a strong diaspora. Peace and love, my brothers and sisters.